Dear audience, hello. We have two guests today. XL8 CEO TİM JUNG and Development Manager Emel Taş. Hello, welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thanks for having us.
How did you start the business? Why did you choose this industry, Tim?
I have an engineering background. Most of my life I spent time as an engineer. I majored computer science for my undergrad. I started working at Samsung Electronics, developing Linux platforms for smartphones. And then I earned my PhD at Columbia University in computer science. And after that, I worked for Google in Google Search for 4 years. So people asked, why did you change your career? Or why did you leave Google, which is a good company? I would answer like this. I went to my college when it was 1999, which is right in the middle of bubble.com bubble. So .com bubble, so to say. When a lot of companies were created and kind of like grew super fast and also failed. But in the meantime, I saw a lot of companies made it real world impact, changing the world, reshaping the world. So I knew that one day I will do my own startup. I didn't know when it's going to be, but I knew it will happen someday. So fast forward, for that I kind of started also studying some businesses. Right. After undergrad, I had a chance to go to military service as a commissioned officer, which is military service is a mentoring in Korea. So I chose to be an officer, having a chance to be exposed to grow my own leadership, having some teams. And after that, I had a chance to study business for masters. So I got MBA. And also at Google, I was a TLM, tech lead and manager, hiring people, leading teams to develop things and deliver for customers. So after all this process, I was ready for a new startup. So that's good things. And also, I knew media industry since 20 years ago. And luckily, I had friends in the media space. So I had a chance to look at the space and then help them to deliver things. So I really was sure one day I will start my own business and then start looking into this area.
Very good. Could you tell us about the services you provide and could you introduce your company as well?
Sure. So our company XL8, I need to introduce a little bit more about the company itself first. So it's a startup. We started in 2019 in the land of Silicon Valley in California.
Super.
Yeah. There was a co-founder from Apple, I was from Google, and then we started AI services for media companies. As I said, I was interested in media companies, and then we are ready for starting a tech company, especially for AI, where a lot of things were picked up for AIs, kind of making things possible. So it was 2019, we are sure, and we'll do this for media companies. And then for media companies, there are a lot of different things, but I would like to introduce kind of the media production process where people make content. But also there are a lot of things that happens afterwards, which is called the post-production. So production is, let's say, creating scenarios, casting actors, and shooting films. While post-production has a lot of like an aftertouch, color degrading, localization, or even metadata creation, these things like that. So we do AI services for these media companies, especially LSPs, language service providers, who does translation and localization jobs.
Would you like to add something, Emel?
Actually, Tim is explaining very well. I mean, he's our star. About the Turkey part, and we already begin to work a couple of TV channels and the platforms. So we are really hopeful about the future in here. And then our machine translation service translate the content in 77 languages. So maybe we can put some much more famous way to our already famous TV series in that way to translate in 77 different languages. So we are going to work on it.
It's great.
Thank you.
What is your difference from your colleagues and competitors, Tim?
Yeah, so we got asked a lot of these questions. You know, there are companies doing machine translation. Big tech companies are doing machine translation as well. So what is the really difference? Well, I would say there are two huge differences we are making here. And then we are the only company doing AI specifically for media production or post-production. So we can say that because when we, for instance, making AI translation engines, we use data specifically from the media space. So we are partnering with the LSPs and then help them using AI services to get their job faster and cheaper. But also at the end of the day, whenever they do post-editing, fixing any errors from AI, we also get this data back to retrain the engines to continuously improve the quality of the engines. So that's kind of the biggest difference we are having otherwise compared to other companies. For instance, Google or other Microsoft, Amazon, all big companies, including other search engines, what they do is they basically scrape the web and then use the web data for making AI engines, especially for translation engines, which have two big problems. First one is web data is actually web documents. So the content from this web document is actually document style. So when you use this data to make a translation engine and apply to media content, for instance, where everything is conversation, the style is not really apt for media content. So the translators who do post-edit actually prefers the engine coming from media content itself. So second is web document is something that everyone can create. It's internet data. Because anyone can create that, there could be a lot of errors in it. So if the data quality is not good, then of course the outcome is not good. Nonetheless, they are trying to come up with a lot of research projects to address this problem to overcome the issues in the data. But the approach we are taking is actually data is 100% curated by human experts. So actually we start from different places. And we have different unfair advantage. The quality of the engines are much better than the traditional approach. Yeah.
Very good.
So that's kind of the two differences we are making there. And also the other thing is the tech we are developing specifically for media content. So we are also reading the screens and what's happening in the scene, not just kind of listening to it, to translate the content better by understanding who is speaking, what is the gender and age of the speaker, and also listener. Actually, there are many languages that takes care of like the gender and the age of the speaker. So we actually resolve this information into translation engine and do better translation.
Yes. The TV series are watched in all over the world, so it's very good sector. And could you tell us about your company's vision for the future?
So one thing I didn't mention so far is real-time translation. So when it comes to translation in real time, it's another story because in offline media content translation, people can have much more time than real time because they can go back where there could be an error and then fix any errors, and then they can deliver perfect result to their customers, right? Meanwhile, when it comes to real-time translation, like interpretation, it's much more harder to hire the right human resources. It's more time constrained, and then there is no chance for them to actually fix any errors. So the accuracy is actually closer to what machine can deliver already. So we are looking into this real-time space more and more. So as we are applying our technology accuracy and also recent development for real-time translation, we are going more into the direction of live streaming translation, concerts, conference translations, interpretations for meetings, meetups. So in terms of vision, if you think about how we can communicate over the language barrier with anyone in the world. I can speak Korean, I can speak English, and I'm learning French, but there are a lot of other people who speak other languages than these three. So if you can imagine, you can really overcome all this language barrier and have business with these people or make friends with other people, then it's going to be really different world. Then we're going to reshape the world, how they are communicating, in the way how they live the world with other people. So that's our vision.
Yeah, Korean series and music is very important for the world. A lot of people are interested in these sectors as well. And who can do this profession? What features do they have?
So professions who may want to work in this media space, no matter it's an engineering task, tech job, or operations, designing, I would say there are of certain attitude or capabilities we are looking for. For instance, adaptability. The environment, the world is changing so fast. Tech is being developed so fast, so you need to rethink every time when you assess the environment and circumstances. So adaptability is one thing. Of course, human beings are an animal of adaptation. So I believe that's kind of like a really important feature of a person we are looking for as a profession. And the next one is adaptability. These are two different things. Adaptability is a new tech coming out, and then you are willing to use that as your tool. So there are two types of people. One, something new is coming, I don't care about it. Now I'll just keep doing the same thing over and over again because I'm used to
routine. It's very routine.
Right, routine things only, right? But there are other types of people who will spend time, their passion, energy on the new things that is coming out. Although many cases,
proactive people.
Exactly. Proactively taking these new technologies. Many cases they will fail because it's too early. Sometimes it's not ready yet. But those are the people who will make the huge success, for the first time. So those are the things. And the last one is actually creativity.
Very important.
Because AIs are creating things. It's a generative AI now. It's generating things, but still, it's kind of like a recombination, combination of things that has been existing. Yeah. Right.
The team should create a value.
Yeah.
So creativity is important.
Exactly. I believe humans' creativity is actually redefining its creativity itself. So now we probably need to rethink what is the creativity we are expecting from human beings, and then we need people who can actually pull that out.
Yeah, very good, excellent. Would you like to add something, Emel?
I mean, he's explaining very well. Actually, it's very big passion. I mean.
Yeah, so you are happy to work in this team?
Yeah, definitely. I'm so happy to be part of the team and part of the big family. Yeah, we are a really big family in this case.
I'm happy too.
Yeah, very good. What do you want to say to the audience for the last time?
As a person working in the AI space, I would like to mention some things about it. Don't be scared. AI is changing a lot of things. Don't be scared. It's not magic. It looks like a magic. Well, I can understand because, for instance, in the past, for instance, like 10,000 years ago or 100 years ago even, if people saw something that is flying in the sky, then they say, oh, it's magic, right? But it's not. It's a science. One good thing science has over magic is it progresses. It gets better every day. So does AI. So the AI is getting better and better to help people to lead into better lives. So I want the audience to remember two things. If they are working in the media space and want to adopt AI and they don't know how to do it, contact us, we'll help you. We're going to be the right partner for you. Second, do you know when it's the right time? Right now. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, it's very good, really. We should evaluate the opportunity. We should not wait for the next opportunity.
That's correct.
It's very important.
Seize the moment.
Your message, moment. We should live this moment. It's a very important message. We are very happy having you. Thank you very much sharing your ideas, and we wish you success in the future as well.
Thank you.
Thank you very
much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Our program has ended. See you next time. Have a good day.